Good day, Junior Tukkies. I'm Mrs. Brimacombe. In Chapter 6, we will focus on analysis and interpretation of financial statements. Refer to your theory booklet continuously throughout all the activities. Now, the purpose of analyzing financial statement is to know how profitable is the business, how well are we managing our expenses. Can the company pay off its short-term debts with its short-term assets? Is the company solvent? What is our return on our investment? And what is our financial risk? In this video, we are going to focus first on profitability. When we look at profitability, we look at how profitable is the business, how well does it control its expenses, how does it compare with our competitors, how does the current results compare to last year. Consider the local and international economy. Does it influence the current results? Did the business achieve their aimed markup? How does the cost of financing the company affect the profitability? So when we look at the profitability financial indicators, our source, which we're going to use, is the income statement. Here is a summary of all the financial indicators related to profitability. Ensure that you know the percentage gross profit on sales. Another word for sales is turnover. Percentage gross profit on cost of sales. This financial indicator always shows us, have we achieved our aimed markup, yes or no? Percentage operating expenses on sales, percentage operating profit on sales, percentage net profit on sales. A formula sheet will be provided, but just because a formula sheet is provided, you need to ensure that you study the financial indicators. Make sure that you know exactly for each financial indicator what is it that I need to comment and what will be possible reasons. A reminder, refer to your theory booklet while completing these activities, or you can use all of these financial indicators with the commenting and possible reasons as a reference while completing the activity. Looking at Activity 1. The following information appeared in the books of Planet Limited. They buy and sell fruit bars at a markup of 50% at cost. The company was registered with an authorized share capital of 2.5 million ordinary shares. So required of us is use the given information to complete the extract from the Statement of Comprehensive Income for the year ended 28 February 2022. You will see that in this activity, we are going to look at how can we use financial indicators to find missing figures. We need to calculate the percentage gross profit on sales, percentage gross profit on cost of sales, percentage net profit on sales, and then we need to comment on the following financial indicators: gross profit on cost of sales and the operating expenses on sales. In each case, provide a reason for improvement or decline. Quote figures. Always make sure that you quote figures. Ensure that you familiarize yourself with the information provided. There's always a reason why they've provided the information. Completing the income statement. The company held discounted cash sales during the year to clear excess stock. The total trade discount given to customers was 510,000. They provided the cost of sales to me, and they provided the profit markup of 50% at cost. So if I want to calculate the sales, we need to take the cost of sales, which is 9.4 million, and we need to times it by 150 divided by 100. Then we need to subtract the trade discount in order to get the sales. Once we've calculated the sales, we can now calculate the gross profit. To calculate the gross profit, we simply take our sales minus cost of sales equals gross profit. The tenant is 2 months behind on the rent. The monthly rent was increased by 15% on the 1st of November 2021. If our accounting period ends 28 February 2022, it means it starts the 1st of March 2021. If the rent increased by 15% on the 1st of November 2021, it means that for 8 months, our rent was at 100%. So we take 8 times 100. For 2 months, it was at 115%. So to calculate the total amount of rent that is outstanding, we need to take 63,860 and we're going to times it by 250 divided by 1,050. Why do I times it by 250? I want to know what is the rent after the increase. 2 months is still outstanding, so I'm going to add that 14,260 to the 63,860. The loan statement received from the Nara Bank showed the following. So they provided you with the opening balance on the 1st of March, which is the beginning of the accounting period, the repayment during the year, which included the interest, and the closing balance on 28 February 2022. So provide for interest on loan. So if we want to calculate the interest, we're going to take the balance at the end and we're going to work our way up. So we need to do opposite calculations. This means we're going to take 709,200 plus the repayment during the year minus the opening balance, and that will provide us with the interest on loan. Income tax at 30% of the net profit was correctly calculated to be 398,832. So this figure was given to us. Now, we've got 2 options. We can either calculate the net profit before tax, or we can start by calculating the net profit after tax. If I want to calculate the net profit before tax, we need to use the income tax amount and we say times 100 divided by 50. If I want to calculate the net profit after tax, we need to take the income tax and then we say times 70 divided by 30. You could choose either or. If you chose the net profit before tax, then we simply say net profit before tax minus income tax equals net profit after tax. Once we've calculated the net profit before tax, we've calculated the interest expense, we can now calculate the operating profit before interest expense by taking the net profit before tax plus interest expense equals operating profit. Using our financial indicators, we can now calculate the operating expenses. Why? They provided the operating expenses on sales and they said it was equal to 50%. We have calculated the sales. Now we can simply take the sales and we times it by 30%. And this will provide me with the operating expenses. Operating profit on sales was provided 9% for 2022. Again, the sales was calculated in the beginning. Once we've calculated sales, we can now use the financial indicator by simply saying 1,030,590,000 times 9%, and this will provide us with the operating profit. Now that we've got the operating profit and we've got the operating profit before interest expense, we can find the interest income. To find the interest income, take the difference. The operating profit the operating profit before interest expense minus the operating profit. The difference is my interest income. Operating profit plus operating expenses equals gross operating income. We're working up now, so it means opposite calculations. You should know that the gross profit plus other operating income equals gross operating income. So if I want to calculate the other operating income, we need to take the gross profit and we're going to take the difference with the gross operating income, and that equals other operating income. Now that we've solved that, we can find the balancing figure, which is the commission income. This is what you can expect at grade 12 level, where you need to use the financial indicators to complete a statement of comprehensive income. Calculating percentage gross profit on sales, we need to take the gross profit divided by the sales figure times 100. Percentage is always out of 100. If the instructions say round off specifically to 1 decimal place, make sure that you round it off to 1 decimal place, otherwise 2 is acceptable. Question 2.2, percentage gross profit on cost of sales. So again, we take the gross profit and now we are going to divide it by the cost of sales figure. This means, always remember, have we achieved our aimed markup or not? So if I'm looking at the gross profit on cost of sales, it was 44.57%. Percentage net profit on sales, you have to take your net profit after tax and you divide it by the sales. Again, percentage is always out of 100, so we need to times it by 100. Commenting now on the percentage gross profit on cost of sales. Now first we're going to compare it with last year's figures. If I compare 2021 with 2022, I can see that there's an improvement. But if we compare this to our aimed markup, although it increased, it is less than our aimed markup percentage of 50%. So when looking at reasons now for improvement or decline, we can mention the following. Advertising was used to increase the sales. This is why there could be a possible improvement. Improve the marketing strategies. Lower priced suppliers, cheaper materials, and using labor-saving technology. When we're looking at reasons for decline or why we have not achieved our aimed markup, it could be that too much trade discount is still given. There's errors in calculating the cost. Looking at the percentage operating expenses on sales. In 2021, it was 32%, and in 2022, it went down to 30%. This indicates that there was actually an improvement because cost normally goes up. Every year, cost goes up. For example, electricity, your fuel goes up. So you would tend to think that the operating expenses will increase year by year. So this indicates that they've managed it very well because there was an improvement from 32% to 30%. So if we look at possible reasons, explanation, they kept to the budget. They avoided any wastage. Purchase from suppliers good quality at low prices. Cut down on employee benefits. Cut down on expenses and they've increased the sales. So these could be possible reasons for improvement. Thank you very much. I want to leave you with this quote: success is the sum of small efforts repeated. In our next activity, we are going to focus on liquidity financial indicators. I hope you have a wonderful day.